Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, we're doing a little thing different. We're going to look at the DJI Mini SE. But first, this week's featured artist is Joe and Barry Glenn, and we're going to play a track of theirs called Empty Nest.
Empty nest, all alone. Empty nest, those babes have flown away to seek pastures new. I wish them joy and problems few. Empty nest, what bliss, what now? Crank the radio way up loud, no playful sighs of pure delight, no hungry babies cry at night. Oh my girls, they grow so fast, I pray they do not forget the past. Happy times in company spent, I know those times were but lent. No tiny hands to hold and guide, no big hugs freely given, no tears to wipe from those big brown eyes, no pictures shyly given, no tiny footsteps up the stairs, no noisy disputes to be shared, no handing out of treats this day, no time left to hug and play. The swings in morning stand alone, the grass around.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Thanks, YouTube. Great stuff. I can't even change the quality for some reason. Man, what is going on today? 1080p. Look at that. I have no idea what is happening with my YouTube. Let's try and reboot it, shall we? Oh, hang on, we're back. We're back. In 1080p. Wow.
Emptiness, all alone. Emptiness, those babes have flown away to seek pastures new. I wish them joy and problems few. Oh my girls, they grow so fast, I pray they do not forget the past. Happy times in company spent, I know those times were but
Joe and Barry Glenn, sorry for the hitch there. Man, I don't know what the hell happened then. Just YouTube would not change its resolution. Good stuff. But there is a link pinned at the top of the description, so make sure you click it and go and stream Joe and Barry Glenn's music, because it is awesome. And that is one of my favorite songs. It is a beautiful song. And, before I kicked off the show today, everything was in 1080p. Everything was fine. I went and watched a YouTube video on my PC, and that's what happened. So their YouTube channel is, you can just search them by Joe and Barry Glenn, and they have a crap ton of videos. Look at them all. Heaps and heaps of videos. I've done an interview with them. They are fantastic. I love them heaps. And I suggest you go and support them too, because they're awesome. Good stuff. And they dropped a brand new song yesterday, which I'll probably play at the end of this week on the show. Alrighty. Welcome to the show. How to App on iOS. I think it's called. I have no idea anymore. My name's Jade. Every day we look at apps, stuff, things, music, videos, photography, whatever. If it's got to do with iPads and making stuff, it's all good. Mental health and well-being, interviews with great people. This week we're interviewing Welchen Kinder, all the way from Germany, and that is going to be cool, so I hope you can join us for that one. And today we're doing something a little bit different, but let's say hello to all in the chat, and then we'll get into the stuff. Hello to Joe and Barry Glenn. First one's here. Hello, Thomas Christ, Gregory O'Sullivan. Good to see you. Who else do I have here? I said Thomas Christ already. David Collette. How are you, my friend? Russ8889. Hello, Russ. You fine person. Cy, effing good to see you. Speaking of Cy, directly after today's show, the YouTube live redirect straight after this show will take you to Cy Effen's No Emus premiere happening. So hopefully all you guys would jump over and support Cy with me as well. Straight after the show, he's premiering a track from his album, a new video clip. Adam Burst, hello. Stephen Hewitt, hello to you. Anyone I have missed who is here? I think I got you all. I think so. Yes. All right, today we're doing something a little bit different. We're looking at a piece of hardware that maybe kind of sort of isn't connected to making music, but kind of sort of connected to using on iOS and Android, if you have one of those. Shall we do this? We'll jump. I'm not going to do any price drops today. I don't really have time. Nothing's changed from yesterday. So if you want to see price drops, go back and watch yesterday's episode. We're going to be looking at this today. This is the DJI Mini SE drone. And here is the website. This is the AU website. So it is a budget drone. When I say budget, it's still expensive. When you start looking at drones, they get a bit expensive. I didn't know this. So why did I start looking for a drone? Let's cover that first. And do you need a drone? Yeah. I started looking for a drone because I felt throughout all this lockdown and all this stuff that was going on, I felt really trapped because of my health issues. I'm still struggling to go back out inside the real world because I don't have a spleen, and I'm scared of getting sick and dying, even though I'm vaxxed and I've had the plague once. I'm still finding myself locked down in this little room watching YouTube all day and starting to get angry, starting to get frustrated. And I can't have a dog where I'm at, and I needed to get something that gets me out of the house. I don't have to feed it. And somehow it has to contribute to what I do. I have to make something from it. I have to be creative with it. So a drone was what I started looking into. And then I fell into a really big hole of like, oh my God, there's a lot of drones out there. And a lot of them have no names and they look amazing on the internet. 4K, and they do all this stuff. $150, that's amazing. Don't do it. Don't buy a piece of shit like that from eBay or Amazon that has no name. What I suggest, from my experience, start with a quality name. Do your research on YouTube. It's exactly what I did. I looked up as much as I could. I tried to find at least 4 of the big names that seemed to be the ones that people went to. DJI seemed to be the one that I gravitated to for its price point. And they have a whole selection of them. This particular one that I choose is the DJI Mini SE. It is a replacement for the DJI Maverick. And there is also 2 models above this called the DJI 2 and recently released DJI Mini S. and the Mini 3, sorry, the Mini 3. The Mini 3 looks amazing, but I don't have $1,700 to spend on that. So I went for this sucker here. And it's very lightweight. Let's have a look. So this is the website, a fancy website, you know, one of these websites that does all this stuff when you scroll. So I'm going to start off with the price point, Australian. And I do believe it is around 400 for this particular one. It is, I think it retails down here, $459 Australian. So that is roughly around 200 and something odd, 260, around 260 USD. So not too bad for the US people, but for me, quite expensive. It is an irritating website. Before we go on, I'm going to mention and get off that website. On the gear guide, I actually have the DJI Mini added to my gear guide. So if you want to purchase it perhaps through the website and support me, just like all the gear I have on here, which is gear.howtoapponIOS.com. There's all the stuff that I use in my studio. It is links to Amazon in US, UK, Australia, and Canada. And if you purchase anything from this, they snap off that much and send it to me, a very small amount. But I've put the drone up on here as well. So let's just confirm the price in the US. How much it is, then we'll have a look at it, yeah? Because we don't have a lot of time, and I've created a video for you. I've actually gone out and done work. Man, what is going on with my internet today? This is weird. Have I been bumped? Oh, I've been bumped to the other internet, that's why. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, what is going on? That makes sense. There we go. So, here is, let's try this again. Damn. US. So US price is $279, so it's close. Now, this particular one that I'm showing you here on the Amazon website is just the drone and a battery, and pretty much that's it. The one I went for is a little bit more expensive. Let me get rid of this and begin to show you, yeah? So we'll use this camera for starters, this one over here. Okie dokie, this is the DJI Mini SE. It is called the Fly More Combo. So it's a little bit different. It actually costs me, it retails here in Australia for $629. But I got it on eBay with a big discount, so it was about $595, I think I got it for. So it has extra batteries and a case and stuff like that. And do you need extra batteries? Kind of, sort of. Batteries only last about 30 minutes. So it's worthwhile paying the extra money to get a nice set of batteries. What's in the box? Let's have a look. Here it is. You get a case. A case is handy because it keeps everything safe. And these things are light, man. This drone is only 249 grams. It is light as hell. Well, hell's probably a bit heavier, especially if you listen to Venom, Slayer. What's inside? That's what it looks like when you open it up. Really cool, nice and really neatly packaged. You get a battery charger here, which has 3 batteries inside it. And everything in this, it has a smart battery charging system. Every battery has its own computer in it that has to be updated. There are firmware updates for each individual battery. This thing's serious business. Very serious business. You get your controller again. So the controller has to be updated as well if there's a firmware update. You get the drone. What leads do you get? So you get a couple of leads in here. One of these is for the charger for the battery pack. It's a USB-C. And the other one is the old small little USB mini thing. Yeah, so that's for the controller. So you get 2 of those for charging. And the thing is with charging, there's smart charging. So it doesn't charge all the batteries at once. It'll charge one and then move on to the next one. And when all the lights are full, it moves on to the next one and then on to the next one. My advice, if you got one of these, as soon as it's charged, unplug it. Unplug it! Because of the smart charging situation. Same thing with this. It has a smart charge system in it, but we'll get to that. Other things you get inside, so you get a whole heap of instructions, cool stuff, warranties. With this pack, you get spare blades. So in this packet, there's 2 sets of blades in there. I've got another set of blades in here too. We've got another set of blades in here. Heaps of blades. Just no, these aren't blades. What are these? No, they're blades as well. So you get 6 full sets of blades. You get a screwdriver. There you go. You get a screwdriver. And you get 2 spare joysticks. I haven't opened them up. I don't need them. 2 little joysticks. Plus, you get these cables here inside. 3 of these cables. Now, one is a Apple Lightning. So it's a one of those small USB connectors. These little ones here to Lightning. So for your iPhone. You get one of these, which is the small little connector to a small little connector. So it depends what kind of phone you've got. And you get a USB-C one as well for an Android or whatever, or an iPad. So you can use that for an iPad, because you can use an iPad with this. That's all. And then we got the drone itself. Let's pull out. God, it's so tiny. And we'll throw the case just over there for now. Alrighty. So here's a drone. It is tiny, man. Look at it. It is so small. It is so light and so fragile, but incredibly powerful. So it has a little case on the front of the camera and the gimbal. So you just pop this off. I always feel like I'm going to break it when I do it, because it's, there we go. Take that off. And there is the camera and all that jazz. How do you open up? This is an interesting one. Let's just quickly do it. So you have to start, when you look at the bottom, you have to start by opening, it has to be opened in a combination. So these legs first, down here, have to be opened this way. I'll show you like that. And then the other legs underneath actually pop out like that. So you have to do them in an order. And that's it. It's open and ready to go. In the back, there is a SD slot for an SD card and a USB-C charging port. So you can just leave your battery in here and charge it from the drone. Here's your battery slot. Look at that. Look at that wide hole. Yeah. There's the wide hole. And look, let's grab a battery. So the batteries are really easy to slot in. You just bang, bang, done. That's your battery in there. You've got a little SD card slot. So we've got a tiny little SD card here that I can just click in. Let's see if I can click it in. Man, I can't even do it. I'm probably putting it in the wrong way. Yeah, I am. Click, 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 click. There we go. So there's a little SD card now in there that's ready to go. Underneath, you've got a button here. When you click it once, it lights up, tells you how much battery there is. So it's full battery, all really cool, good to go. So I can put this down on the case for now. I'm not going to power it up in here. Let's have a look at the controller. This is the controller. There's so much hidden in this. It's really cool. You got your antennas. Now they have to be opened a certain order as well. So like that and like that. And now there's your antennas. They're ready to go. Now you can get up to, from what I saw on the website, it's up to 4 kilometers. 4 kilometers, man. Distance. I haven't managed that. 2 kilometers is the most I've got. But I am around, even though I'm in Parkland, I live near Parkland, there's a lot of power lines and stuff. So you've got to take into account trees, power lines. These things interfere with the GPS and all that. Okay, so you've got these little slots, these little arms down the bottom, and you pop these out like that. And now it looks like Space Invaders. Dun, 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 fuckhead. And here is where the little joysticks are hidden. They are hidden in there. Really smart stuff. So you pop out the joysticks like this and just screw them in. Only takes a second. Pop. Really smart engineering that. So there are your joysticks, all connected, ready to go. To connect your phone, it is dirt simple. you just grab it and just pinch it in between these arms. And that's it. Your phone is now connected to here. You only need one more lead, and it is in the box. I'll just have to put this. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. So you saw those black cords earlier. This little one here with the that's the Apple one. So this goes into here. So it has to connect to the iPhone. Am I doing this right? Yeah, that pops in there. And then this goes into your iPhone. And that is it. So you've got that little cord, pops in there. It's out of the way. And again, you've got a battery button here. When you click it, it tells you how much battery you have. And to turn it on, it's very simple. You click that battery once and then hold down. And it's on. It's ready to go. Super easy to do. Now, how do you turn on the drone? I'm not going to fly it in here. Trust me. I'm not going to fly it in here. Underneath where the battery is, you click it once and hold down. And it just made a clicking sound. And it's on. And the gimbal starts moving around. It does a calibration. And that's it. And then you just connect the app, open the app. You can already see me moving around. The camera is already moving as I move the drone around. And so there you go. And then you just open the app and it connects and you're good to go. That's it. That's how easy it is. Now, for reasons, I'm not going to open the app on the show today. So I had to go out and film a bunch of stuff, yeah? Because, as you may imagine, this uses GPS heavily. So if it gets lost, if you're flying it, you're never going to lose it. It's going to come back to you always, yeah? That's what the technology's super smart in this. But if I open the app right now on the show, you're going to know where I live. It's going to give you my address. So clearly I can't open the app. I really don't want the internet knowing my address. So I don't mind you guys, between me and you. But it's the internet overall. I've been there, done that before, and it didn't turn out good with randoms getting my address and then my address ending up on a neo-Nazi website. Nah. So what I had to do, so I'm just going to, this is how easy it is to take it all apart. I'm just going to put the joysticks back in their place, unscrew them, pop them in, arms back, antennas down. Super easy to deconstruct, put back in your box, and happy days. It's that easy. And let's go to my video now that I pre-prepared. So I went out, actually did some stuff yesterday, and it's got some really calming sounds. We're already 25 minutes in. Cool. Let's open up this bizzo and let's have a look. And look, the thing is, why I chose this drone is very easy. You take off and it just hovers. It's really hard to fuck this up. What I do suggest is, if you do get one of these, don't do your first flight in your backyard with power lines and shit everywhere. You will crash it. Go out somewhere where there's plenty of space. Give yourself plenty of room to experiment and watch a lot of fucking YouTube channels. That's exactly what I did. Watch a lot of stuff before you purchase one of these things. I did my research so hardcore to make sure I knew everything about this as much as I could. And by the time I got it, I just was able to take off it without even using the cheat sheets. So let's go to the video, shall we? Here I am. Now, I bought this thing as well, too. I bought this little... Can we go full screen? Yeah, I'll bring myself in. I bought this little landing pad because if you're landing on grass, it's not very high off the ground and those blades will clip the grass and you'll damage your blades. So you got to be super careful. So I bought this little thing, which was like, I think it was like $17. Yeah, $17 for this tiny little thing. I'll tell you what, the first time I opened this, it flipped out so fast that it almost gave me a concussion. It hit me in the chin. It was brutal. It was so brutal. I didn't expect it. It just flung open. So you get 3 pegs with this thing, and you just chuck them in. Excuse me, during this video, I look like shit too. I look like a bum. But then, when don't I look like a bum? Let's have some coffee and enjoy the dulcet sounds of the birds and stuff. So I thought I'd run through the setup of this is exactly what I do when I find a spot. This is how easy it is to do all this. And for this video, actually, too, hey, what's going on, Deep Gravity? Hello, Sean Chandler. Who else? Have I missed anyone else who's popped in? Reality. Oh, sorry, Deep Gravity. There we go. So, yeah, off goes your little case. You got to make sure you take off your gimbal protection. So what I had set up here was I had set up my selfie stick with my iPhone filming me, just to do this, to show you exactly how I set everything up. And then we moved to I started screen recording, so you'll see how everything kind of works with the app, and we'll run through the app. Not going to do a really, really deep dive into the app because there's so much within it, but I've actually screen recorded a whole bunch of the menus, so you can get an understanding of what it can and can't do. It's only a 2.7K camera. I say only, but hey, it's a first drone. Is this good for a beginner? I absolutely think so. You can't fuck up too hard with this. I've seen a lot of videos of people crashing them into trees. You just got to pay attention. You just got to pay attention. The most important thing about this, clearly I'm going to use this to record video for music videos and stuff like that on the channel for my music. But the most important thing I got this for was my mental health. Is it helping? 2 weeks in owning it, I can't tell you how much it's helping. Like, I feel more vibrant each morning getting up. Just spending an hour and 20 a day, just heading out, going for a huge walk for half an hour, 10 minutes, stopping, sitting somewhere, finding a little thing to film. And just like during this, I was laying in the grass, just watching the screen, flying this thing around. I feel so much more relaxed. Is it the right thing for you to help you? That's for you to decide. But for me personally, this was cheaper than a dog. And hopefully I can get some good footage, and it's definitely helping with my mental health to get outside. I don't have to be around people because I hate people. I don't hate people. I'm just scared of them. So yeah, this is the exact process I just went through with you guys. We're ready to go here. Everything's good to go. Just got to turn both of these on. And then, oh, who's that guy walking past? How dare he get in my shot? I have to admit, yesterday I was chasing people around with the drone. Not chasing them, just hovering over them. It's a free world. What are they going to do? Call the cops on me? Whatever. So now we'll change to a split screen in a second here of the actual app, so you'll see what's going on. Hopefully the video works out okay. And then once we go through the takeoff and what's in the app, we'll show you some footage I did from yesterday as well, because I shot a heap of footage yesterday. So I'm finding the app now, open the app, and this is what happens. Boom! Here we are. So can I use my mouse here? Yes, I can. So you've got your GPS down the bottom here, which needs to connect. So as soon as it opens, it says, you're not going to be able to connect until you start getting
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So my home point is connected now. And the way it connects is it has to search for satellites. And here you see it's found 13 satellites. So it's bouncing between 12 to 13 satellites above my head. So 13 satellites apparently is good enough to take off. Hey, what's going on, Pete Johns? So here I am. The satellite's all good. Tells me I'm in this park. The home point's been picked up. So if I get lost or I lose connection, it's going to come back to that home point where it takes off from, where that little H is. Here we have our camera settings, which are down here. And I can go 2.7K, 1080p, 30 frames, 25, 24 for 2.7. And for 1080, we've got all these different frames all the way up to 60. I chose 2.7 for this. You've got an auto exposure over here, which I think I click next, I'm hoping. Tells me the storage I have on my... So this turns off auto exposure and all that kind of stuff. And you can actually go in here, change the ISO, change the shutter speed for different brightness. Depending on where you are, because if you're flying up and above over a hill and then you're directly into the sun, you can actually set this so it's locked into position and the shutter isn't going to change to compensate. So as you can see, you can brighten things up, or you can darken things as well, or you can just go back to auto, which I have here. Your storage here tells you how much is on your SD card. So I've got about 1 hour and 38 of high def 2.7K footage. My signal's strong. It's reached 14 satellites now. So you just keep waiting till you get, a whole bunch of satellites to connect. Here are the options. So we have a whole bunch of safety stuff like battery information, safety settings. This tells you how long your battery, how many cycles you've had, all that kind of stuff. You can calibrate the compass. From here too, you have, if I scroll back, there's a Find My Drone section in here. You've got a bunch of safety settings, geo-zoning, so you can actually set geo-zones so it actually doesn't disappear. It doesn't have a UV filter. But you can, don't think you can, I'm not sure if you can attach filters to it. This is your stick mode. So you can actually change how the sticks operate. So I was using stick mode 2, but for this I changed it around to stick mode 1. And I found it was a lot better. I found it was a lot better to actually use. So those were the controls. Camera, we've got our SD card. So you can actually format your SD card in here. You can change the max capability. You've got grid lines, exposures, anti-flickers. You can change your hertz of your camera. All this kind of stuff is found in there. So yes, you can add filters. There you go. So this is all still very new to me. There you go. You've got your firmware, and as you can see, you can check for updates anytime. So I was checking for FlySafe databases. So you've got a whole bunch of things. Your batteries get updated, your FlySafe databases get updated, your firmware gets updated. Everything has an update. The app gets updated and all that kind of stuff. You can change the speed of your throttles. Yeah, you can get clip-on filters and stuff like that. I'm almost scared to add things to it because there's so much weight. So here are the selections. You can actually use video. So as you can see, we've got video here. You can do timed shots with your camera, timed shots and single shots. Then down here you have this thing called quick shots, which I can't show you because the thing's got to be flying, but I'll show you that later. You have an app album, a photo album, which shows your videos, photos, everything that you've got on the SD card. There is an option too. Oh, let's just pause it here for a second. There is an option as well where you can, everything that you save to your SD card can be transferred automatically into your iOS photo album. So that's really cool as well. So not only, just in case something goes wrong with the SD card, it's going to transfer everything over to your Photos app as well, instead of you having to do that later. So we're ready for takeoff now. And as you can see, I've got my camera up here with me getting ready to fly. And now, when you actually take off, you've got two options to take off. You can just hit the button to take off, which is over here, if you see my cursor. This is your auto takeoff and auto land. Or you can do it yourself. And to do it yourself, there's this combination you have to do. You have to pull both sticks down and then in, diagonally in. And that will start the blades spinning. And then you have to lift off yourself. So you don't have to use the auto takeoff. So let's continue this. And so my blades are spinning. Check my GPS. Here's where your distance and height, which is down here. Whoa!
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
As soon as you take off, your home point gets updated again. So it knows that's where it's got to come back to land. Man, I love the sounds of those blades. I've got so used to them now. Because there's been times where I've lost it. I'm like, where the fuck is it? I have no idea where it is. And I've got used to now listening for the blades. Yeah? Listening for those blades. Man, I look like shit. I'm so I'm concentrating my ass off on. See, now the thing was here, I'd changed the sticks around. This was the first time using the new stick configuration, so I was a bit concerned. I was a bit like, what am I doing? What?
Landing.
So there we go. That was my landing. And, you know, these are the things I have been doing since getting it. Just practicing stuff like taking off. Here's the auto takeoff. As soon as you press
Takeoff.
it, sets a
The home
waypoint.
point has been updated.
And it
Please
just
check
lifts
it on
off
the
by
map.
itself. Once it lifts off, it just hovers. It just sits there like this. You can leave it there for hours just hovering. Well, not hours, because the battery only lasts for half an hour. And we are off. So it's probably a stupid thing that I was trying this with a new joystick configuration. It was a little bit confusing, but by the end, I was just so much happier with this joystick configuration. It made so much more sense. Pete says it does sound like a weed whacker. Pete says I would never not auto takeoff. Same reason. Well, I'll tell you what, I've got used to now catching it in my hand, right? Grabbing it out of the air. The first time I did it, I was petrified. But when you grab it, you have to immediately flip it over. You have to flip it over, or the blades will keep going, and they'll just go. So you have to flip it over, and then when it flips over, it auto turns off. So if you hit a tree, trust me, it's going to freak out and possibly turn over and fall and die. So don't hit trees. Be very careful hitting trees.
Takeoff. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So here, I'm using, you should see in the menu here, I'm having a go at one of these quick shots. Now, I actually picked the wrong quick shot here. And I think we do it again. So you do have these quick shots. You've got 4 of them, and you can lock on to yourself. So you can see I'm drawing over myself here to
3,
lock it on.
2, 1.
And this failed. I didn't mean to do this one, so I had to stop it. The one I wanted to do here was to make it circle around me. Right, so this is really handy for, you can do this for anything. You can find something out there, find a tree, find anything, and then just draw a line around it, and it'll circle, as you see here. So just draw a square around myself, and
3,
off
2,
it's gonna go.
1.
It's quite creepy, really. I'm so concerned. I'm like, what the fuck? Is it gonna work? Is it going to work? What is happening? And this is recording this for you. So, I mean, this thing is light as fuck. Hello, Vortex. Good to see you. Hello, Gary Hubs, Black Covers, Ingo. Jim Shannon on sounds. And that just recorded that. So you've got a few different options. You've got 4 different options there. You've got like a rocket where it'll take off away from you, or you've got how it can come towards you. You've got to spin around, and you've got to spin around rising up kind of thing. So my head does spin like The Exorcist. Again, I'm still getting used to the new stick configuration here. So you've also got 3 different speeds. So you have a cinematic, you have C mode, P mode, and S mode. And P mode is your standard mode. S mode is sport mode, and it's super fast. So I do have some footage of it running on sport mode. And when you turn corners, it's crazy hard. This is in P mode, so this is the middle one. So it can... C mode is probably the best way for beginners to get a grip because everything's nice and slow. It rises slow.
Landing.
There we go. Another perfect landing. Yes, there are restrictions for... it's different in each country, but the weight of these is only 249 grams. So pretty much you're okay. This doesn't need a license or anything like that. They're so light. I'm not going to run through all the restrictions of height and all that because it's different for every country. I'm staying well below the height here just in case. I don't want to because I live near an airport. So not like I'm going to get as high as an aeroplane anyway. So yeah, let's bring in some music or something now because now this is the actual onboard camera that we've got on now. So what you can find in relation to restrictions is I think it's the FDA in the US. Is that what it is? I think so. Every country has their own list that you can go and look up. I do suggest you go find that stuff and have a read of it before purchasing something so you know. So yeah, this was first takeoff using the camera to on here. This is a FDA, sorry, or FAA. Whatever, the fucking thing. It's the fucking thing. Man, I've never seen anybody on this tennis court. Does anybody play tennis? What is tennis? What are people... What the fuck? So this is in cinematic mode. And you can see here, I was talking about with the auto... you can see when I fly towards the sun, it's compensating for that. So yeah. Oh, the stabilization is amazing. Like if you go and have a look at one of the videos I've uploaded with music, you'll see some of the shots there was on a day where the trees were like this. Totally, really windy. And it's stable as all fuck. It's really stable. It's a 3-axis gimbal. So, and remember, this is still a budget drone. This ain't like anything super top of the line or anything like that. But for a beginner, like this, it's pretty hard to fuck it up. It's pretty hard to lose it if it gets out of distance or your battery dies or something like that. It will let you know. Trust me, it lets you know. It lets you know. It beeping goes off. Here's the footage that I actually took. This is from the camera's view from before. See you later, Gary. Have a good one. Remember, coming up in about 15 minutes, folks, we got Cy Effen's No Emus premiere. Today we've also got Pete Johns is doing GarageBand Weekly. And then, after that, I'm going on Ron Ward's crazy show. And I might even... wear a wig. Won't that be fun? I might even wear a wig. So you have to join us for Rockin' Ron's Ron Ready show today. I'll be on there for some fun. What else can I show you on here? So I've took a shitload of footage. Look at that. Look at these views. I mean, here's the thing. I know I'm taking a lot of footage at the moment of like stuff like this. I don't really plan to do a lot of this stuff. I really want to fly this indoors. I want to find old abandoned warehouses. I want to do a whole lot, not all these big wide shots that everybody does. Let's pull this music down a little bit there. So I've also bought, let's just pause this for a minute. I've also bought, I'll show you. I've also bought these. So these are on their way. These are some guards to go to protect the blades. So then I'll be able to actually, if I'm inside, because the GPS has issues when you're inside. Then I'll be able to bump into walls, and maybe if I hit the roof, it's not going to be so bad. It can bounce off the kind of walls. So I have these coming for it. Because I'm planning on heading to an abandoned mental institution, not this week, the week after, to do some shooting for this music song, Me and My Brain, that I'm recording at the moment. So yeah, I don't want to have a whole lot of stuff of this shit. You can find this shit all over the internet. I want to shoot some interesting things. What's the highest I've got the drone to? 120 meters, I think. I'm too scared to... I probably shouldn't even be going. I shouldn't say that loud. You'll actually see one of the max heights I have set coming up in this little video. So yeah, this is actually in sports mode. That's why the camera's turning really fast and it seems like it's out of control, because when you're in sport mode, I mean, you have to be really gentle with the sticks. Like that's one of the things that you have to learn, is being super gentle and learning how to yar. And so to yar is to strafe. If you've ever played a video game, yeah, when you're actually not turning, you're strafing left and right. So to yar and turn at the same time is how you get really, really fantastic turns that look nice. And it's this don't come overnight. I thought I'd be able to pick it up just because I've played so much PlayStation in my life that I'd just be a natural. But no, practice. So yeah, I'm trying to get out each day for an hour. So this is one of the special things that you can do. And you just set it to auto, draw on yourself, and it'll just take off and lift off. And this is all an automatic feature. So that's really cool. And this gets up pretty high here. Hello, Ivan Idea. What's happening? I saw you lurking. Hey, Conspiracy Media. Hope you're doing well. What do we got? We got 10 minutes, so I'll just let some of this footage just roll on and chat. If you've got any other questions, you can throw them at me. I probably won't know the answer because I'm still so new to this. But, you know, all I can say is that this has been really fantastic for me. I was saying to Sai last night, we were talking on Clubhouse, I feel so much lighter since getting this. Boom, boom. You know. But no, I just feel so much lighter going outside and look at that. How can you not feel good looking at something like that? I mean, this is not right outside my door, pretty much right outside my door. So to get out and just, you know, the other thing is I'm starting to see what's around my area. And there's so much parkland around my area and so many really cool nooks and crannies. After all of this pandemic and being locked down and compensating for life to make friends online and do everything online and play gigs online and everything's online, this has been exactly what I needed. I absolutely feel so much lighter and I feel just better. It's deep gravity. Yes, it's propelling me. So look, hey, and it doesn't need to be a drone that you pick up for something like this. If you're feeling stuck with creativity, making music, the things that happen in between when you're not making music, look into finding something that's going to be able to give you space to recalibrate and think again. It's okay to do that. You know, everything you buy and purchase doesn't have to be apps, doesn't have to be fucking, you know, music related guitars, all this kind of stuff. There are other things that help you, you know, do things. So black covers in relation to that, there are 3 modes. But the as I said, cinematic, there's the P mode, which is kind of a medium, and then there's sports, which is really fast. I think I'm in sports right now. I think, am I in sports? Or I could be in, I'm not sure which mode I'm in this. But you'll know when it's very jerky and super jerky, that's when I'm in P mode. And what you need to learn is just to be super gentle on the sticks. So it just takes practice to actually learn to get the right amount of weight on the sticks. So I'm in cinematic mode right now. Also on the controller here, you have, see if I can do this. I can't really see there. We'll do it over here. Top cam. So there's a little windy button here. This controls the camera going up and down. You've got these shoulder buttons so you can take photos, change from video to camera, take photos, your power button, your mode button so you can flick between stuff. So you've got a whole lot of controls on here as well, but it is really to do with the sticks. So you really have to just learn to be gentle. And the beautiful thing too is in the menu, you can change the resistance of the sticks for each mode. So the 3 modes, you can go in there and mess with the resistance and make it lower to help you get used to the sticks. So there is a fair bit of customization you can do to help you get the better shots. There's an FPV mode as well too. So if you've ever seen what FPV is, I recommend you go do a search on YouTube and see the FPV drones where they fly through buildings and do crazy shit like upstairs, and it's mayhem. I don't know how they do it. I would never risk $600 to do that. It's fucking crazy. You know, I'm super careful with the thing. I'm constantly like worried I'm going to lose it, fly it into a tree. But that's getting less. I think the other thing too, like anything, you have to be confident. You have to back yourself. If you go out every time and take off and you're nervous about losing stuff, you're not loosening up. You're not doing something that's helping you de-stress. So you actually have to back yourself. That's why I recommend watch a lot of YouTube videos. Watch other people do it. Listen to their advice. There's so many YouTube videos out there on drones. So this is in sports mode. You can see the difference in speed. It's flying here, you know. So definitely now you'll see when I try and turn the camera, it'll be really jerky because I'm trying to do it slow. Look at that view, man. Look at that lake. It's so wonderful. Deep Gravity says, using your thumb and forefinger to pinch the sticks gives you far more control. Yeah, I was watching somebody do that yesterday. Man, I mean, yeah. But yeah, my honest opinion is back yourself when you're doing it. Go out there and back yourself. Watch the stuff. Try and get as much knowledge as you can, and don't go out there and be scared. You can't constantly be scared that you're going to lose it, something's going to happen, you're going to crash it. That's not fun. It's more anxiety than anything else. And I didn't get this for anxiety. I got this to enjoy myself and relax and shoot some interesting things and give myself an extra hobby. So we got 5 minutes left, guys. Let's scoot ahead to what I do here. I think I got some really nice stuff. Yeah, let's go here. We'll leave this going here. Flying through these trees. See, I'll tell you, the other thing too, find just a little spot. This is what I've been doing. Just find a little spot and shoot just a minute and a half to 2 minutes of something. And then bring it back, stop it, walk, go find something else, shoot another minute of something else. You don't have to do like these full-on huge, 8-minute shots of just flying around in circles. Find interesting things. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, crooked trees, evil-looking trees and stuff. And just shoot a little segment, and then you can chop all this stuff together. We got 4 minutes. So, folks, that is a DJI Mini SE. That's my experience with it. I think it's really cool. I think it's really fun. It's actually helped me. Perhaps it'll help you. But do your research, absolutely. if you want to purchase something like this through my Amazon link, you can. Or don't. Whatever. Yeah. It's all good. So, next up on the show, tomorrow, what do we got on tomorrow? I'm back recording Me and My Brain, doing some bass and acoustic guitar for Me and My Brain. So that's happening on tomorrow's show. The day after that, I've got a really cool app you're going to love. Doing a sick app on Wednesday for you guys living in the past. You're going to love it. It's called Pen to Bow, and it's sick. And Friday, we're interviewing Welton Kinder, so that's going to be ace too. Hopefully you can join us. But now, after this, if you have your YouTube set to autoplay, as soon as this show ends, you will be whisked straight over to Cy Effen's No Emus channel. Or, hopefully, Cy will put a link in the chat because he has a premiere coming up next of his latest video clip. So, hopefully all you guys will jump over and go support Cy and his a new clip. If you don't have autoplay on and the show ends, a little box will pop up with a link taking you straight to the channel. So there's multiple ways you can get over to Cy's premiere happening in 2 minutes time. There you go. Let's stop this music. So I hope you had a good time today. I hope that's kind of helped you understand a little bit about drones, how they work, if it's right for you. And, you know, if it is, that's great. If it isn't, that's great too. But it's been perfect for me. Just before we split, I just want to bring this up because I am really excited. On Thursday's show, we're doing this app here, and I can't wait. If you've got an Apple Pencil, the way you use it is going to change. This app is incredible. I can't wait to show you this app. All right. That's it for today. Thank you, guys. Do the things that make you happy. Remember, mistakes make you better, and we all rise together. And I'll see you over at Cy's premiere. What do you say, hippie?
Boom.
Exactly. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.